You said in one of your talks that life is what happens to you when you're busy planning other things.
Yeah.
So tell us, what was it like when you were touched upon by such a horrible disease, and as against to what's been shown in the movies?
It really takes you by surprise, and one really does not know, can never really actually prepare for something like this. कहावत है ना कि पैर तले क्या जमीन खिसक जाती है. So it was like that, and I can laugh and say it, but that time it was really scary, and I did not know. For a long period of time, I wasn't sure whether I was going to live or die. I believe that human beings have enormous capacity to endure a lot of things.
You've also written in your book that the entire process of writing the book was extremely cathartic.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there would have been times when it would have taken a toll on you. Tell us, what was that like?
Yeah, it was both. It was cathartic for sure, because it needs to be got out of the system, but at the same time to remember each and everything minutely, and to be able to write that, to be able to sit with pain for the longest period of time. I was not able to do it. I was actually escaping that main pain. So the book was not getting completed till a friend of mine, whose name I took on the Simi Singh Juneja, she actually taught me how to create a safe space, and to have be confident, and to tell my truth, no matter how painful and scary it is.
You've also spoken at length in your book about not valuing projects when you were working on 18 films, 12 films a year. Tell us, what was that like?
I was stemming out from insecurity, and I had heard somewhere that if my diary was full for a couple of years, if I'm busy with multiple projects, and if I was working so much, then only I'm counted as a successful actress. So I was signing films left, right, and center, and working on 3 shifts a day. After a point of repetitiveness like that, I grew bored, I grew tired, and I grew complacent and not really valued in things that were in front of me.
There's a lot of pressure on everyone, especially women, to look proper, flawless, beautiful all the time.
Right.
Men are allowed to age, funnily, and women are not allowed to age. So, do you still take on that pressure? Do you think you've come off it completely?
I feel that pressure we can do without. If it's my personal choice to do that, it's fine. But it should not be like pressure from other people, And if I want to be accepting my wrinkles and lines and stuff like that, I think I enjoy that. And I remember in the social media, somebody had commented, "Oh, you look old." I said, "Dude, I am old. I am 40 plus, for God's sake. Whatever. I mean, if this is old, then so be it."
Yeah.
And who doesn't become 40 plus? I'm lucky that I'm growing old.
Like everything you've talked about, the negatives, the positives. Tell us, is it important for you to bring in the negative as well?
In this whole dream world, in this glamour world, I feel what we really need to come out is accepting that we are flawed. We are human beings at the end of the day, and if I accept my own flaws, I don't think I become small. I just become more real, because in the whole gambit, we are always projecting that we are perfect. We're always saying we are happy. We are not. There are dips. There are times when we are completely in a mess and we are clueless. We are not brave and solid and strong and beautiful and gorgeous all the time. To be real is something that I strived and I wanted to be. Because enough of facade. Enough. So no more, at least in my book.
What one advice you'd like to give to somebody who's going through cancer or has just found out that they're suffering?
Basically, it's the scariest diagnosis, cancer, and all I can say that there is hope. Go for a proper treatment, be educated patient, read a lot, ask questions, find out who's best doctor for your type of cancer, and go to that doctor. And there is hope. Have faith, because there are many like me who are standing despite being in a cancer diagnosis. So there are many I know. So there is hope, and probably cancer has come to us to say, stop. Just now focus inward, focus on your health, focus on yourself. Maybe cancers come as a reminder of that, because maybe we were running mindlessly.
Right.
you know
So, what is that one thing that this Manisha would like to tell the younger Manisha? And I'll end with that.
there's a lot. There's a lot, but mainly I would like to say, hey, girl, value yourself, value this life, value your health, and really value yourself. You're precious.
Right. Thank you so much for speaking with us, Manisha. Thank you so much.